the nature island, the last remaining paradise on earth, a Garden of Eden. These are some phrases used to describe Dominica over the last maybe hundreds of years, couple hundreds of years. And in modern times, we refer to ourselves as the nature island of the Caribbean, creating images of nature at its best. Standing forests replete with foliage and wildlife. Gently rolling hills contrasted with steep climbing mountains, fully forested. Water in abundance in our rivers, our ravines, our lakes and waterfalls. A climate second to none. Within minutes, you can go from a warm coastal climate to a cool mountain climate, and so on. All of these things have served us well. We've developed a tourism product that is unique to the natural advantages that we have enjoyed. In recent times, however, these natural advantages have begun to be eroded. More particularly, one needs only to take a look at the thing in which we pride ourselves most, having 365 rivers, which is not really scientifically true. We probably have about 12 major rivers. But when you look at those major river systems today, 2022, what do you see? You see, like our Roseau River, which used to be a beautiful, rushing, clear canal of water, even when there was no rain. Today, you can probably walk right across the river between the various bridges in Roseau. Just walk across the river because there's so little water in it. The Roseau Reed, from which the city gets its name, is thriving in abundance, not on the banks of the river that it used to, but in the heart of the canal, in the middle of the river. Stones and boulders that are, of course, crucial to maintaining steady river flow and encouraging river life. These are now on the surface of the riverbed because there's no water. What has caused this dramatic erosion of one of Dominica's most astounding natural resources? It's not singular to the Roseau River. You go up the coast to the Checkall River, to the Belfast River, to the Layou River, all the way up to the Indian River, the Picard and Indian rivers, and you go across the island to the Hampstead River, the Londonderry River, the Melville Hall River, the Casabruce River, the Pegua River, the Rosalie River. These are our major river systems. And what do you see today, February 2022? You see the same phenomenon that I described as the Roseau River today. Minimal water flow, vegetation beginning to take over what used to be the river canal. During heavy rains, the river floods constantly and instantly. What does this mean? Well, it means that we should find out why our natural systems, particularly our river systems, have been destroyed. Who has destroyed those river systems? And the answer is right there. It's staring us in the face. In so many rivers today, the Pegua River, the Londonderry River, the Indian River, the Layou River, you will go there and you'll often see heavy equipment just extracting the river, taking the sand from the riverbed, taking the stones from the riverbed, scraping the bottom of the river bed. If you go up into the hinterland, the watershed that supplies all these rivers, you will see increased evidence of indiscriminate clearing of land. Not always even for construction, clearing of land. And so the water flow and the supply of water is what has been interrupted. And who has interrupted it? Not the Agoutis and Maniku's, but man. With our drive to say, get a development process going. For us, development means destroy. It is really vital that we stop this trend of destruction in the name of development. It is really time that we inform, expose, alert, educate, organize increasing numbers of our young people in Dominica in particular to the threat that is posed to their future here in Dominica, a future without rivers, a future where water is in short supply all the time. So we must arise again as environmentalists, as conservationists, as people interested in and understanding the importance of natural systems to human life. To do that, we need to get messages out there on a constant and steady basis into the school systems. We need to produce materials that the teachers of natural science can use in the classroom to illustrate what used to exist before and what exists now, and help the students understand what actions were taken by whom that actually destroyed a perfectly fine river system, a perfectly fine forest system, and so on. On behalf of WAVE, on behalf of the Geotourism Stewardship Council, on behalf of the World Rivers Day Committee, and several other private non-profit organizations, I want to urge you, no, I want to appeal to you to not just view this and go about your business as usual, but to view it and interrogate it. What is the message? How can I respond? What have these natural systems meant to me from the time I was a child to now? And what will Dominica be like without them? So this is an urgent appeal. Let us stand up. Let us begin to go out there and see for ourselves what is happening to our natural systems. Take a drive. But let's move beyond that. When once we've seen and for ourselves what is going on and the evidence is staring us in the face, let's do something about it. Let's get the word out so that we can stop this process of destruction. Let's get the word out by preparing more videos like this, by preparing teaching materials, by purchasing time on radio and television, by selecting and occupying a certain amount of space on social media so that the messages can be constant. This is February. In a few months' time, we'll be approaching another hurricane season. No better time than the present to help take preemptive steps that would get the message across so that people will be less likely to be cutting down those trees because it's blocking their view, etc., etc., etc. And so we ask that you extend that generosity for which Dominica and Dominicans are known. Extend a hospitality to nature, which has been so hospitable to us. And let's put some money where our mouths or hearts are. Let's give in order to allow the word to get out, in order to allow the next generation that exists, the 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds, to begin to be exposed to a reality that could be their future, or a reality that could be, the end of their chances of a future. We ask you to share this video with as many persons as you can, to encourage them, like I'm encouraging you now, to do something about it. And that something could be, go out there and look at it, see for yourselves. And then come in and organize among your friends, your co-workers, your colleagues, and others, both here and abroad, to create a pool of resources that would make sure that the significance of the loss of our rivers is never again lost on a generation of Dominicans. I look forward to your generous support in whichever way you can, cash or kind, for this ongoing campaign by these non-profit organizations in Dominica.